Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob here from Movie Review Time, and making this really quick video. Just wanted to show you guys some photos that were taken during Halloween Trick or Treat 2019. Now, I was going to do a video because I did film it, but there's just so much footage, and I probably won't be able to get that done for a little while longer. So until then, I thought I'd show you guys some of the photos that were taken. Now, you know, my cousin Dan and I like to do this thing every year where we dress up and we set a kind of a theme, you know, in his front yard. So when the trick-or-treaters come by, they can, you know, take pictures and see this really cool thing that we got set up, like gravestones and things like that. Fortunately, this year, it was really bad weather. It was really cold and it snowed, which it hasn't really done before. So that kind of prohibited us from, you know, putting stuff out in the yard, which we like to do. The snow really, you know, kind of messed that up. So we just basically stayed in the driveway, and you know, he still had stuff set up on his porch. So, you know, whatever theme we have going on, we like to dress up in certain costumes. So this year I was Michael Myers from the 2018 film. And I have the Trick or Treat Studios mask, the official licensed mask. That is the wound version. It has the wound on the cheek. And he dressed up as Pennywise from the, you know, new It films. You know, they just released It Chapter 2, and, you know, he got an official mask and outfit. So that was, you know, the costumes that we were going to be displaying for this year. So the first picture is Dan in his Pennywise outfit with a bunch of trick-or-treaters, and in this picture, you know, we're standing in front of his house, and like I said, we're in the driveway, but we couldn't get the balloon to function right. The thing is, we were trying to figure out how we were going to do balloons. It was so cold, you know, when it snowed and stuff. We're like, are we really going to try to use helium or anything? Like, so we, you know, I basically thought, well, why don't we just get a, you know, clothes hanger and straighten it, and then tape the balloon to the clothes hanger. That way it looks like it's, you know, suspended in air, and it, you know, it actually worked. It worked out really, really good. We probably could have tried to put more balloons on there, but just having the one I thought was creepy enough, and he even thought so. So, yeah, the picture there is, you know, he's standing there with the trick-or-treaters. The next picture is me as Michael Myers standing in front of the trick-or-treaters, and they don't really look scared, even though there were a lot of kids screaming their heads off when they saw, you know, both of us standing there. But we took a lot of photos, but this one, you know, it was a nice time. I enjoyed scaring people and also, you know, taking pictures. So you can tell on my suit there, if you look below my mask, there is a little wet spot, and that was because you know, when you're in a mask for you know, a long time, you begin to, I don't want to say drool because that's nasty, but it was cold out, and, like, you know, it was just running down my neck and down into my overalls. So it was, yeah, I basically had to wipe the inside of the mask down really good. The next picture is Dan and I on his porch, and it's nighttime, but we got the glow of the lights behind us, posing for a picture, which is really cool. We both wanted to have a picture at night, and, you know, sometimes, you know, the light doesn't work and we can't, you know, find a good spot to stand, so we thought maybe this would be the perfect moment. The next one is of me just standing there not in any certain pose, just standing there trying to look menacing. I had my gloves on at that point because my hands were freezing. I tried to make it within the 2 hours, because we did this like pretty much right at the end, so almost 2 hours had passed, and it was so cold. But yeah, I managed. The next one, I do a different pose, kind of a getting ready to stab somebody pose. I love the outfit, you know. Those are, you know, they're the authentic overalls. You could call them authentic mechanic overalls, because they're actually Dan's dad's overalls, and they fit me quite well. So the next one is, again, Dan and I doing another pose. He's, you know, got his balloon, he's kind of like waving. I'm just standing there like Myers always does, completely motionless. So that's another one of that. The last one here, we're out in the driveway, both of us, and I have the knife. It looks like I'm trying to pop his balloon. It looks like the knife is going into his balloon, but he's just like, oh, hi, he's just waving. That was a good picture. I like that one. But yeah, like all in all, it was a fun time. We made it work, you know, for the weather that we had. I just wish we could have, you know, set all the stuff up that we wanted to set up out in the front, because it just adds to the experience. And a lot of people expect this out of us every single year. You know, the town that we live in, I mean, he lives on a pretty busy corner, and it's actually crucial for trick-or-treaters to go there, because that's the hot spot, what they like to call, you know, tons and tons of kids, like maybe even like 600 kids. It's just always so busy, and people expect this, you know. If we go a year without doing this, you know, people start talking, and they start, you know, getting let down because we're not doing it, and they're always expecting this. They always know to stop by this house, and then it's funny, after they stop by the house, they will turn around and go somewhere else. They don't even care about the houses next door to him that are down a little bit. They won't even go there. They'll go down to this house just to see us, and then, you know, turn around and go back to where they came from. I mean, that just fills my heart with, you know, excitement and joy that people actually look forward to that. And that's the only reason I do this, is because I want to, you know, make people happy and scare people and stuff, you know, just for the season. That's the theme of Halloween. I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing for next year, 2020. We're going to have to do something special because it's going to be 2020. So I'll definitely keep you updated on that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.